Good afternoon. Back at the original location, or coming up on it. How's everybody out there in cartoon land? Panavision. One of those little things, you know you're in Hollywood, like you see a building that says Panavision or Technicolor or one of those things that you always see at the end of movies. You're like, oh, that's actually an office building. How's it going? Good to see people jumping on here, heading towards Hollywood Boulevard, the Boulevard of Dreams, and perhaps nightmares if you're a Scientologist. So, we'll see if we have any action up here, if we have any of our fellow streamers doing anything, but mainly just reminding them we are here, we are watching, we have not gotten bored of keeping an eye on you guys at all, and we will not, because we're the actual ones that are dauntless and defiant, not those Scientology commercial people. My day is really mellow, really good.
Our laddie, what you be filming?
Hey, dude. Just tripped me out coming up behind like that. What's up?
Sorry, bro.
It's all right, no problem.
What's your channel
One guy
called?
came up in a skateboard and was falling off, and he came running right up behind me in what do you call it, in North Hollywood. So I just hear these hard stomps, you know, somebody coming off of a skateboard.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell, you know, like.
Bro, I like your quartz necklace. Too.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
Did you make that yourself?
No, I got it in Peru.
In Peru?
Yeah. I'm Davey Mismanaged. What's your handle?
I'm Billy John.
Hi, good to meet you.
Davey Mismanaged?
Mismanaged.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So what was Peru like, bro?
Well, it was an ayahuasca retreat, so it was pretty intense.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was, I went there a couple times for that.
That's amazing.
So
I've never tried ayahuasca.
Out in the jungle, like 4 hours out into the jungle, you know, so yeah, it was no joke.
Was it fun?
It wasn't exactly fun.
Really?
It was intense. It was healing. It was, you know,
So you're
but
out in the jungle doing ayahuasca.
you're out in the jungle doing it every other day, like, you know,
Oh,
starving and, you
You
know.
have like a spirit guide, or did you just let
You have a shaman.
Oh, you had a shaman with you.
Yeah, like a real
That's awesome, dude.
Peruvian shaman, yeah. Little off subject for these people, but whatever.
guys.
They'll have to deal with it.
Sorry.
No problem. They've
Wait,
heard it
I'm
before.
gonna add you freaking. Are you gonna be here for the Oscars?
Oh, probably, yeah. When is
They're
that?
on March 10th. They're setting up right now.
Right, I saw they've been already setting up over. It's the Dolby Theater.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, they just reopened this restaurant called Cabo Wabo, and it's got all window seats. So if you ever get a chance, bro, the upstairs is badass. And it's good
Oh,
deals,
cool.
Too.
Okay.
Right, so wait, what's your handle
Okay.
one more time?
Davey Mismanaged.
Davey Mismanaged.
Yeah.
Hi, Davey.
And yours again?
Billy Jono.
Billy Jono?
Yeah, OH.
Okay. Excellent.
I'll add you later,
Excellent.
homie.
Everybody subscribe to everybody.
Hell yeah.
Take it easy, man. All right. So we got Oscar plans now. Okay, cool. Trouble tenant. Uh-oh. What do we got going here? Davey in the jungle. Yeah. Hola. Yeah, everybody come out here from Milwaukee. I know, movie premiere. Ooh, we got new books here. The Way to Happiness Damn, we are representing Felicidad, right? Isn't that happiness? And we are also representing window tech. So there's a little bit of each. There's a little bit of let's hide out from the world. Yes, that is the right one. I have my own Spanish tutor here for quick reference. Thank you, Chichicana. Now I'm going to finally relearn my Spanish. Okay, back to Soap Scum windows. So, oh God. Awesome, calling the fire inspector. That's brilliant. I mean, they're always calling fire trucks anyway, so what the hell? We might as well keep them up to code. I mean, what good is anything if these people are not up to code? And they are up to code of the window tech. Scientology shut down. It's a Scientology shutdown on Hollywood Boulevard. How did that happen? How did that happen? Oh my God, they're blocking everything on Hollywood Boulevard. I mean, what the hell? The Oscars are going to be what did he say? In like 10 days or something? No movies. No bad movies. What happened to the Scientology free movie screen up here? Or the Scientology free movie here? How long does it take for them to turn on their damn music? There you go. There you go. Now we got the music. Thank you. That's what we needed. Scientology music. Oh, there's a smell here permeating from this building. Smells like nail polish. What kind of chemical things are they doing in here? What kind of toxicity are they brewing up at Scientology? Here we have toxicity on the corner of Hollywood and McCadden Place. A very toxic environment. Don't bring your children. Don't bring your pets. Private property. Very, very on edge. And we have police helicopters keeping an eye, protecting Scientology from any turbulation, any upset whatsoever. Scientologists must not be upset. Shout out to Pearl Snappy for holding it down in Austin on these most important days, the days where they still have some leftover people in Austin that have been shipped from elsewhere to make it look like a relevant location. Damn, helicopter, where are you? That's a lot lower than it looks, very low. So, yeah, apparently Hollywood Boulevard's going to be all messed up for like a couple of weeks around this whole Oscar thing. I don't know why that's necessary, but whatever. Spicing things up for Cruise. Yeah, a home stream for Scientology and fascism. Let me get that again to discuss. Yeah, okay. I can make that happen. Tomorrow, the next day, maybe. Today, I did a little research and went over a few little Scientology issues for our symposium today. And this is some of the things that Scientology, being the rascally rabbits that they are, some things they've gotten into. So we're going to go over a few of the things that Scientology has been accused of, and we know they're guilty. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there's more of those CCP ones coming. ChatGPT is good for just spitting out those things. I gotta admit, I am using the AI to put these things together to get lists, and I used it for this today. So here's 5 things that Scientology does to their members and has done historically. Number 1, isolation and confinement. Number 2, forced labor. Well, that's a cornerstone of the Sea Org. Number 3, re-education programs. All right. Number 4, restriction of communication. Also a cornerstone of Scientology. The people who claim to be the masters of communication are actually the masters of shutting down communication and being afraid of communication. And number 5, financial penalties. Okay. And financial pressures that they put on Scientologists. So let's go to the first one, isolation and confinement. So in 2004, Claire Headley signed an affidavit in a lawsuit against the Church of Scientology, describing her experience of being confined to the RPF. The RPF is the Rehabilitation Project Force. This is something that Scientology tries to play off as like a chance to go and meditate and contemplate and go deep into your process. And what it really is a prison camp. So they try to make it of like, like for example, they have those things where a priest, if they go off the wagon, or maybe they do a little something with young boys, they send them off to some retreat, right? So Scientology tries to make it like the RPF, the Rehabilitation Project Force, is like a retreat. No, it's not. It is slave labor. This is where they put Sea Org members into even more slave labor than they normally are subjected to. She was cut off from her husband and forced to perform menial tasks for long hours. And this is typical of the RPF. The RPF is something where you get worse rations. Now, they claim not to be doing it anymore. Yeah, really, man. They're like, hey, we didn't call you, the fire department, for a fake thing. Why are you here? No, we actually have a real issue now. Okay, here's another thing about the isolation and confinement. Amy Scobie, a former executive in Scientology, told the St. Petersburg Times in 2009 that she was confined to what they call the SP Hall. SP sounds like us. The SP Hall in Clearwater, Florida for months. This was punishment for her desire to leave Scientology. Oh, you want to leave? Well, we'll lock you up. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's not... And the thing is, if they lock you up because you want to leave, they just act like you had a temporary meltdown, you couldn't handle the process, it's a normal thing, they're walking you through it. Yeah, I'm sure that's the same thing. It's like with fair game, Chichikana. Like, they say, oh yeah, we got rid of fair game. Except getting rid of fair game did not apply to SPs. And that's who we got people sitting on the property of Scientology. Will they call the cops? Will they come out and scream? Will there be a federal case made against these so-called trespassers? Let us see whether there will be any repercussions for this behavior. Because, I mean, if I sat there, hey, from Sverige. Oh my God, no, I'm gonna have to check that out. La Poubelle's GoFundMe. Beautiful, I'll check it out. If you could send me a link at davymismanage@protonmail.com, that would make it a lot easier, but you know, I'll try to remember and go back and look. So yeah, check it out. They're not coming out. They're not calling the police. No SWAT team has emerged. Isn't that amazing? So, one of the rare times when you can kind of venture out into Hollywood Boulevard and have almost no traffic. A poop emoji. Yeah. You mean the what? The pyramid thing? Like a big pyramidal dump? Two GoFundMes. Wow. That's crazy. So yeah, everybody's wondering, when are they going to come back out? When are they going to face us? When are they going to show their dauntless defiance? When are they going to show that they are ready and able to confront suppression? Surely they would like to show off their SP powers, obviously, right? That's something, not SP, sorry. Their powers against SPs, more like it. Now, we know about Lisa McPherson, who had a mental breakdown in Scientology, and then, oh, you emailed them to me. Thank you. That's going to be interesting to check out. So Lisa McPherson had a mental breakdown, and this is somebody who was clear, and or maybe she was an OT. I can't even remember, but she was locked in a room to do the introspection rundown. The introspection rundown is basically solitary confinement with limited food, limited human contact. Nobody talks to you. It's even worse than solitary confinement, because I believe in most solitary confinement, you know, you might get a little grunt out of the guard when he hands you your food tray or something, maybe a hello. Not in Scientology. In Scientology, you have to really sit there and ponder your life, ponder your mistakes, learn your lessons. Very important spiritual thing to do. But when they took her to the hospital, they skipped the two nearest hospitals to go to one much further away, because there was a Scientology doctor there. They could get that special Scientological treatment for her. But unfortunately, she showed up no longer living, and her body covered with cockroach bites. Well, you know, we all know how therapeutic cockroach tech is. That when the cockroaches bite you, to the point where you might not make it through the process, but you know, if you do, it's a really good thing, because it releases all those pesky alien demonic body thetans, and we do want those released, obviously. And there's no better technique than Scientology cockroach feeding upon you to make that happen, right? Because those body thetans, man, once they see those cockroaches feeding on your flesh, they start running. You know, there's nothing that'll scare a body thetan away from you quicker than a cockroach feeding on your body. And Lisa McPherson found that out the hard way. And she dropped the body, as they say in Scientology. She left that body, probably like L. Ron Hubbard, to go do further research in the messed universe, as one does after being bitten by cockroaches for a month or two, starving, and in a total mental breakdown. But obviously, that mental breakdown would not be something that you would want to go to a psychiatrist for, because, as we know, psychiatrists are the root of all evil on earth. Can you believe it? These people are still trespassing. That guy's butt is trespassing on Scientology, sacred ecclesiastical property. Does he know that his butt is touching an ecclesiastical organization? I don't know. Maybe he's receiving healing anally by sitting there, you know. Maybe he's the guy that knows how to really KSW, keep Scientology working by anal transmission of beautiful energy, the clear cognition, yeah. Oh, she'd been fed the clear cog. Oh, I didn't think that was ever allowed. Interesting. Oh yeah, that does look like the... Okay, I see where you mean. That is totally poop emoji, isn't it? Oh my God, never saw it that way. But especially when I look through the camera, it actually kind of rounds it off a little bit more than it is in person. So that even makes it more poop-like. And I must say, poop pyramid scam, yeah. Curious? Well, if you are curious, what are you going to do Well, war crimes, yeah, if it was happening in an active war situation and you lock somebody in a room and have them eaten alive by cockroaches, that would be war crimes. I mean, you can't call it war crimes if it's just locking up a Scientologist in Clearwater, Florida, just for the hell of it, you know. I don't think that would count as an actual war crime. But yeah, if it was in a war, you lock somebody up and you had them killed by cockroach bites and starvation, that would definitely be a war crime. That would be something that could be prosecuted for sure. Absolutely. So Lisa McPherson found out about that whole isolation and confinement situation. And then Mark and Claire Headley filed a lawsuit against them. Yeah, that should be their symbol. That should be their mascot. And in the lawsuit by the Headleys, they said that, you know, they were talking about the hole, and that was like next level RPF, where they locked people up for years in this double wide trailer where people had to sleep on the floor and eat scraps and all this stuff. And the thing is, Scientology can get away with this behavior by claiming it's all part of the program. It's all part of the religious program. And if you want to fight against it, yeah, the musical chair game, that was crazy. If you want to fight against it, then you have to do it through Scientology arbitration, where they pick the judges. Oh, great. I'm sure you're going to win that. That's going to be a real fair trial, isn't it? And so when you join Scientology, you got to sign all these papers and give up all your rights. And then judges have been making that apply to people even if after they quit Scientology. So it's quite messed up. Very messed up. Point number 2. in our lecture series, Forced Labor. Well, as we know, the entire Sea Org basically is about forced labor. Yeah, total impartiality, right? Laura D. Crescenzo filed a lawsuit in 2009 about the hours she was forced to work as a Sea Org member, and that she was in the RPF and had to perform manual labor without adequate rest or compensation. And I'm sure Scientology got out of that, as you know, with the religious loophole. There's a lot of forced labor in the Sea Org. Intense manual labor without compensation, without breaks. I mean, it's really slavery. And then Jenna Miscavige talked about doing that kind of forced labor even as a child. You know, hauling rocks, busting rocks, doing intense manual labor. Oh, wow. Yeah, that Going Clear, I read it at the time, you know, I don't remember all of it. I read all those books because I'd hang out at the bookstore and read them all for free as they came out, but that was years ago. But it's so intense, and it's like everything they do just makes more and more people leave, thank God. And then they brand those people as the enemies. Like, don't listen to them. And like I said in another live stream, it's like saying on a first date, hey, don't listen to my exes. You know, if you want to know what it's like to date me, you got to just date me, right? But you can't ask my exes, even if you know them or whatever. Oh, they'll lie. They're just liars. You know, if you heard that on a date, you'd be like, okay, mega red flag, not doing this. But that's what Scientology says. Don't look it up on the internet if you're curious. You can tune into their channel, which is like exactly the same as their website, or their YouTube page, I mean. And so you can do that. And then what else are you allowed to do? Well, you can go in and take a free personality test. You can definitely do that. I know. Everything they do is so corny and weird. Everything they do just makes them... it just... Like 2 days ago, was it 2 days or yesterday? Whatever. I lose track of time. Where I'm walking down the street and these two women are pushing hand trucks, and they see me from 30 yards away, and they turn around and run back to the building. Like, what is the big danger? You know, they're probably told, oh, these people are deranged, they're dangerous, they camera kryptonite, yeah. They are big smokers. I mean, they got to get that tension out somehow. And it's the only way they get a break is smoking. It's the only kind of me time they ever get, basically. Hey, Keith. Well, thank you. Letting me lull you to sleep. They can't self-relieve any other way. No, that would be a high crime. They can't do that. No. The most proven sleep method is not eligible. They are not eligible for that. Plus, they probably wouldn't want to self-relieve in a room with like 9 other people in bunk beds, you know. So they are stuck. And then they have no access to the outside world. Oh, cool. Obregon. Where's Obregon? It's by La Quinta or something. I don't really know that area too well. Yeah, no need to apologize for anything. Exactly, Chichicana. Yeah, it's you just say what you need to say. I mean, even when Scientologists come on here, we've entertained their nonsense. So there's nothing you could say as dumb as what they do all the time. So yeah, here they are, hiding in the most cowardly way. Let's see, how's the parking lot looking these days? Dun, dun, dun. Well, we can tell a lot of activity. The one thing that we can count on, though, is security, camera tech, a little bit of East Berlin in the middle of Hollywood. Yeah. This is the East Berlin section of Scientology Hollywood, as opposed to the North Korean section over at Big Blue. Well, tons of activity going on in this place, obviously. What do we have? We have one car. No, it has not reopened. I mean, it never fully closed. You can see there are lights on. There are people in there. But we shut it down. The victory for freedom. The historical victory against a cult. Notice our victory. They packed it up, and they keep packing it up every day. Thank you, Scientology, for packing it up. Like good boys, you obeyed us. We are at cause over Scientology. Scientology is obedient to our commands. We say jump, and they say, well, can we pack it up first? And then how high? That's the way it works with Scientology. Why is this place closed? Why is the fastest growing religion on the planet closed? Why is the #1 recruiting area for Scientology closed to the public? How could that be? They are supposed to be dauntless and defiant. They don't shut down because of suppression. They shatter suppression. Why are you not shattering me, Scientology? Why are you not shattering me? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this going to be my shattering? Hi. Are you going to take me away to the Project Rehabilitation Force? Or the Rehabilitation Project Force? Yeah, trash bags like the Austin sign. Very trashy. A very trashy organization, reveling in their trashiness. And less available. Notice how they keep this one little section open out of their cowardice, but they can't bring themselves to fully allow zero. Uh-oh. You're getting sloppy, Scientology. You are letting us see your ceiling. Sonia Graske. You know how Palm Springs. Okay, cool. So Austin, Pearl Snappy, I refer to her all the time because I'm a huge fan, because just like William in the beginning. You know, this is a case of somebody single-handedly making this happen. Yes, you know, attracting other people to join along, but basically, if it wouldn't have been for Pearl Snappy, Austin might have 2 extra people doing Scientology per day. Now they got 0. Now they got people that have to fly in. Right, Sonia? Yeah. So they have their music tech going. And the goofiness continues. Where are you located, Sonia? Oh, I think we talked about it before. That's right, because it reminded me of a German friend. Asheville, that's a cool place, I hear. I have not been there. I drove pretty close to it, but not exactly there. The dog that nobody has seen before. The mysterious, invisible Scientology dog. So, yeah. Very impressive Scientology. We are all taking our cues from your global expansion initiatives. Very impressive. Showing us how it's done. Showing us how a religion infiltrates into society. And still on location? Oh, on isolation. We are on forced labor. We moved from isolation to forced labor. Didn't we? Now I'm trying to find my notes. So anyway, punk me tender. That's an interesting request. So we got forced labor, and now re-education, another cornerstone of totalitarian regimes. Re-education. Thought crimes require it. In the book Going Clear, well, we were just hearing a little bit about that. Going Clear, Scientology, Hollywood, and the Prison of Belief detailed the experience of Paul Haggis, a former Scientologist and filmmaker, talking about intense sect checks and ethics programs designed to suppress dissent and enforce conformity. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there are not any other religions I can think of right off the bat that works interrogation into the core of their spiritual practices. Can you imagine a religion where interrogation is a core spiritual practice? Are you guys in there getting sect checks? I hope so, because security is very important, Scientology, and nobody should go through these doors without being subjected to sect checks. I see you moving in there. I think they're gonna have to, I mean, Scientology doesn't celebrate anything except scamming people and driving them into bankruptcy. That's about the most they can celebrate. But they will glom onto other religions or spiritual practices in any way that will work for them. I mean, if they can BS you into thinking that Yeah, like the Winter Wonderland, prime example. Using a cross that's X'd out, another prime example. So, they are shameless. No, I don't think there's any. I mean, they can't really come out and do anything now like that because we would all just be all over it. Like if they tried to do some Easter thing, right here's where they do the Winter Wonderland in this little parking lot area. If they tried to do some Easter egg thing, the only thing that would save them is there'd be a bunch of kids looking for Easter eggs, and they'd be saying, oh, you guys are creepy filming the kids and whatever. Even though they're filming on 100 cameras, you just can't see them getting their jollies in the back office watching those cameras. Sarah Goldberg, in her affidavit for a lawsuit against the Church of Scientology, described being subjected to thought reform. Oh, please. Okay, I will post that on my community thing. Thanks, Chichikana. She claimed she was pressured to confess and fabricated sins and forced to undergo extensive indoctrination sessions. Now, in Scientology, because of their skewed way of looking at past lives, they could be giving an audit session to a kid, and I was listening to Aaron earlier, and ask like, oh, have you ever committed genocide in the past? They could be asking like a 15-year-old kid that. Have you ever committed genocide in your past lives? And then maybe the e-meter is gonna like do a little blippy thing because that kid is like, well, first they're gonna probably have to look up genocide if they're 15, but they will talk about all these crimes from your past lives and you got to clear them up. And so they'll have you admitting to, killing people at Auschwitz or whatever, right? All this stuff. And, they'll get people like, oh yeah, I did that. We got to clear that. Okay, that'll be another 20 grand to Scientology because that's a big one. We got a lot of work to do, So the insanity just goes on and on. Restriction of communication, number 4. Debbie Cook said that she was subjected to strict restrictions on communication while she was in Scientology. And well, thanks for coming, Sonia. Nice having you here. Give a like on your way out if you haven't already. Thank you. So Debbie Cook was talking about being isolated from the outside world, monitored by security to prevent unauthorized contact with friends and family. Wouldn't want to have that. Things could get all out of control. And also that Sea Org members could not get outside information. Well, we know that. Thank you so much, Sonia. And if we got anybody wanting to subscribe, I won't stop you, and neither will Xenu. And then we have the financial penalties, and financial crap that Scientology is so famous for. Like taking out credit cards on elderly Sea Org members with one foot in the grave and the other foot on a banana peel, and getting them deeply in debt. People that have no assets, that have no money anyway, because they've been in the Sea Org their whole lives, run up these credit cards, spend it all on Scientology, which they shouldn't have to do because it should be free for Sea Org members. But of course, who cares about that when you can scam the credit card companies? There are so many ways that Scientology rivals the Catholic Church even in the shamelessness of how it gets money off of everybody, but especially the elderly. And then, of course, you have the whales, who you think, how could people go out and make millions, perhaps billions of dollars? I mean, they have to be pretty astute, very predatory, very predatory. You know, like smart business people with the ability to make a lot of money. Like, how are they buying this stuff? How are they getting so buttered up by David Miscavige, right? And remember, just last weekend in Austin, David Miscavige blew off a lot of the biggest donors. The people that donated a minimum of $100,000, apparently, were supposed to have a private dinner with Dear Leader on that Friday night before the opening of Scientology, of the Austin org. And apparently David Miscavige just blew them off and had them serve Chipotle in the parking lot as a consolation prize. Wow. Okay, I guess my $100 grand plus went to a good cause, and now I get a burrito from Chipotle. Oh my, the luck, the absolute fortune of these lives. So the thing is, there is nothing they are doing right. They are alienating even their donors, and they are pissing off everybody. They're looking like a laughing stock to the rest of the world and making it impossible to recruit new people practically. Well, yeah, that's the whole thing of cults, that they make you feel special, like you have the special information.
Can I be in the video or not?
You're in the video, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're a big fan of Scientology, I assume, huh?
Well, not really.
Not really.
I think it's like Catholic, Christian. Or
No, it's cult.
Cult?
Yeah, it's bad. They steal people's money.
No, of course, but isn't like cults? And what they do is with the Muslims.
Well, they have a thing with the Nation of Islam. They have a connection with them too. Yeah. But I mean, it's not Islam. They're not Islam, but they have a connection with Louis Farrakhan and whatever, apparently.
Anyways, I'm just trying to get him a chicken. But, you know,
no, but look how it shut down. Look at how they covered all the windows. And because of the protesting, they can't handle it. They can't handle it.
So anyways, and I'm not racist or whatnot. Well, I kind of am. And I'm not going to lie. I mean, I don't know. Hey, yeah, you know what?
I'm not accusing anything.
No, with towelheads or whatever the hell, you know, what's called that they killed our people or whatnot, you know, from the United States of America. We can't have that. Yeah, I say straight with it.
People in the chat asked if that's Carlos Mencia. No, I don't think so. I don't think so, people. Not really.
I'm just a fat Mexican. It's big. It's all right. All right, man. I'm going to go ahead and grab up a chicken.
All right, man.
Wait, would you like one?
No, thanks. I'm all good. I'm all good. Thank you, though, man. Thank you. Man. Have a great night.
So turns out, and I have my ways TikTok, Instagram, or what?
YouTube. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I ain't got no.
If you, well,
Yeah.
your computer has YouTube. All you got to do is push a button.
Well, the thing is,
If you just look on YouTube for Hollywood Scientology, you're going to find me and 20 other people and all the videos. And you'll see how famous you got, you know?
Well, the thing is, and I have TikTok. TikTok, it's Adam for Adam 152.
Cool. All right. Well, now the whole world knows about it. Or at least 21 people right now.
All right, man.
Take it easy, man.
Yeah.
Let's see, Peter. Oh yeah, I know that place. I've been over there. That's Applied Scholastics. It's right across the street from the hey, Vortex. All right. It's right across the street from that L. Ron Hubbard Life Museum. And, you know, it looks like a kind of like little Kumon kind of study center place. Yeah, I know that place. You know, I'm careful about filming in there because that's one of the places where there, you know, would be kids and whatnot. And, you know, we don't need to push certain buttons that, you know, cause certain reactions. But yeah, it's really cool how so many different kinds of people out here just smile, and they're really 300 for 10 hours of tutoring. Well, that's not actually bad. $30 an hour. I mean, to pay Scientology for that is crazy. You know, you're probably paying somebody who quit school at 7th grade to tutor your kid. Probably not the best plan for education. But I mean, if you would have said it's $300 an hour, I would have said, yeah, that sounds like a Scientology price. But it's one of those lost leaders, I believe. It's one of those things that they do to get people in the door. I'll tell you, yeah, I'm sure the credentials are not outstanding. They probably have one person on staff. Here's my guess, just knowing how scams work and having a devious mind in general. I bet what they have is they have one person in there with, you know, who's like a retired teacher or something like that, who is the supervisor. And maybe they even have somebody with a PhD in education. I would doubt it, you know, but who knows? And then that person maybe supervises 10 locations, who knows? And then they just make it all about the supervisor. Oh yes, we are supervised by a PhD in education who reviews all the work and blah, 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 blah. You know, probably some stuff like that. That would be my guess of their little BS story. Because there's no way they have a bunch of highly credentialed educators in Scientology providing tutoring for $30 an hour, right? They got Sea Org slaves with an 8th grade education at best, who went through some BS training program on how to tutor kids. And probably all they do is teach kids how to look up words in the dictionary. Word clearing, a very spiritual practice. Brought to you by the Church of Scientology, Incorporated. A friend of mine from England would always talk about the LA light, the light. And I was like, what light? Right, Hubbard College of Administration, right. Like, not a lot of MBAs there. But now I see, you know, the light, when it is getting, you know, the last hour or two of sunlight, it does illuminate things in a very interesting way. It is true. And then when you actually have some clouds, a rare thing for LA to have things punctuated with cloud cover. Oh no, I just thought of it. The lady that sells food here, not here. I wonder if it's, maybe she moved down to where all the action, all the future Academy Award action is. Who knows? But anyway, let's see if we get some man on the street, woman on the street reactions possibly. This gives me an idea. We need to take one of these. Let's see where there's an empty one. We need to do a Xenu star on Hollywood Boulevard. And oh my God, don't we have the perfect one? We have an empty star right in front of the main entrance. This will be the future Xenu star. Can you just pay for a star? Can we just raise enough money that you can put a star for anybody? Probably not. They probably have some kind of standard for that. Let's just take a little stroll. We can talk about Scientology without looking at a dead building the entire time. Well, I can't help looking back. Right? Perfect location. And I was thinking we should have a ceremony, and I could just get some like white tape or something and just spell Xenu out on that star. And maybe with a little arrow pointing into the building. With a cockroach. Even better. Thank you for texture and crunch. Yes, that would be excellent. What would Scientology be without a cockroach for a garnish? Exactly. The Egyptian Theater, one of the awesomest theaters ever in Hollywood. On your Hollywood visit, you might want to consider seeing a movie here. They play old movies sometimes, real classics. And it has that old school movie theater vibe, and it's all recently renovated. So straight up ahead we got RuPaul. Behind us we have, you can't beat those free Church of Scientology movies. You come to Hollywood as a tourist and you have the ability to leave Hollywood as a mind-controlled slave. So getting more than you bargained for in Hollywood, not an obvious thing that's going to happen. So this is the vibe. This is the Hollywood Boulevard glamour vibe, as you can see, as we approach RuPaul's Drag Race theater, whatever that theater is called. And if you want to get your military equipment so that you could blend into your surroundings while learning about Scientology, and that shouldn't be a problem purchasing one of those, right? A must-have for every child's Christmas. Yeah, exactly. That's what we got to do. And but I think it would be good to have like a real ceremony to do that. To have, we could all wear our alien glasses, and I don't have the alien glasses now, but we can wear the hats, and then the alien glasses, and then we could, I don't know, maybe have some music, dancing girls, something like that. There's a good one. LA fame. A lot of fame in there. Guaranteed fame. We're selling fame here at LA Fame. And what can you get at LA Fame? Tourist stuff. Dancing Xenus in full body suits. Okay, We Stand Tall parody song during the ceremony. Damn, you guys are good. I'm gonna have to refer to all of these ideas. This is like some serious brainstorming. Thank you. Yeah. And the good thing about having some Xenu tape there is that this is a thing that could happen daily. Escape hotel. That's what Scientology should do. They should do an escape hotel where you never escape and you got to fight off all the cockroaches. That would be good. We Stand Tall parody. Hell yes. That is brilliant. I know, a big vinyl sticker. We could get like a lot of them. We could get a bulk order of vinyl stickers, and every time we come by, we just put one down there, do a little dance, make a little love, and yeah, exactly. We could have arrows, and on every empty star within a block of either direction of Scientology, every empty star gets its own Xenu. But then also we need an arrow pointing in the direction of Scientology. Find out about Xenu at the Church of Scientology, straight ahead. And then another one could be like, you have passed the Church of Scientology. Please return. Well, that's probably too much to print on something, but the basic idea would be go back. You need to find out about Xenu. Return. Xenu 150 feet ahead. Yes. Xenu 125 feet ahead. Xenu 100 feet ahead. You're getting closer to Xenu. Can you feel it? The awesomeness, the majesty, the alien abduction quality of Nirvana. Xenu. Yay. And Xenu crossing. Yeah, that would be good. We could put that in the crossings. We could put signs on all the crosswalks to look both ways and look down for David Miscavige. We could have David Miscavige children crossing guards. Just in case little Davy comes by, we need some school crossing guards to help him get across the street. That would be a fun thing as well. Definitely. Musso and Frank's over there on the other side of the street. the oldest restaurant in Hollywood, as it proclaims. No, he's not tall enough to cross by himself, and he also is not allowed on any of the rides in Disneyland, except for the little kiddie rides, the real little kiddie rides. He can go on 4 of those, otherwise not so much, because it's dangerous. And I mean, he is the head of an ecclesiastical organization. We don't want to put him at risk of danger while crossing a street, because he's too important for that. Much too important. But yeah, that's a cool old school vibe. There was just a show, what was it, on Netflix or something, with oh man, I'm forgetting, like Alan Arkin and what's his name, definitely. And you know, if he wasn't such a Napoleonic complex dickhead, I would have no problem with shortness. I've always been since I'm a tall guy, I'm not messing with short people. But when they want to be dicks like that and overcompensate for their feelings of inferiority, then they become fair game for short people jokes, in my opinion. This was Charlie Chaplin's favorite restaurant. So I've heard bad things ever since about Charlie Chaplin, but that was 100 years ago, so I can just enjoy the talent and forget about the rest. His mock Hitler speech was one of the most genius things ever done by an actor ever. So we got to give him that. Yeah, he can do the It's a Small World ride and a couple more. He can do the little fake submarine ride. If they still have that, you know, they'll let him do that. I mean, but there are very few things. Check out the look on Davy's face when the SPs come by and he's having constipation. That's the look that Davy has. Because Davy does suffer from a lot of constipation. Theme park attraction. So, yeah, I think that Xenu initiative, I mean, hey, I'll do it on my own, but it would be cool to have a full-blown ceremony for that, to give it the full spectacle, the full glory. Sometimes it's fun to kind of guess the nationalities of the tourists. And shockingly, I get it wrong a lot of times. I used to be so good at that. Not so much anymore. Has anybody re-entered the zone over here in my absence? Let us see. Back to the Scientology realm. And what must Davy be thinking now? Well, he could be thinking, we are going to wait them out, we are going to bore them, and they will get tired of this. And the thing is, what's really happening is that we are getting practice learning our craft with very little to work off of, right? We don't have the body routers to, to bounce ideas and concepts off of. right? We don't have the natural things that make this whole thing entertaining to the degree. So it causes us to dig deep into our souls and pull out our creativity. And oh my God. Yeah, more and more people are protesting. And the thing is, Scientology has a thing about being in control of the messed universe. Literally having control over matter, energy, space, and time. Awesome, NYC. Yeah, I just asked a friend to go shoot some video and send it to me from New York. And I said, hey, you don't even have to do any speaking on it. You don't have to identify yourself. But just, take some video and send it to me, and I'll do the narration on top of it. And then the next day I hear somebody's out there. Oh yes, they can definitely levitate. So that's great. How many hours a day are they doing that in New York? Let me know more, and if you could send me the link of who's doing. I'll do a search anyway, and I'm sure I'll find it. But do you know the channel name? I got my friend. I'm forgetting. Oh, what was it called? Like brain fog in San Francisco. 2 creators. Excellent. Awesome. So now we got San Francisco covered. Thank you, Amy. And she's been back out there since we went the first time last Friday. We inaugurated San Francisco protests a week ago, last week. And she's been back since. And apparently, since she has returned, they have instituted, all right, Portland, nice, okay, that's good news. Portland should not be a place that with Scientology. Definitely. Neither should Hollywood, but Hollywood's crazy, so it's not that weird if there's Scientology here. But I mean, you'd think Portland could shut that down. But what shocked me in San Francisco was the amount of activity. I expected it to already be pretty shut down in San Francisco. But there was movement. I mean, not a lot of movement, not enough to pay for anything. But there was movement in San Francisco. And when you get used to seeing these dead scenes like here, you kind of think that's the way it's going to be everywhere. And then when you see like 3 people walk out a door at a Scientology place, it feels like, oh my God, this place is really, really rocking. This place is really succeeding compared to what I'm used to seeing. Because you go down L. Ron Hubbard Way, ghost town. Here, ghost town. Celebrity Center, you can see cars going in and out, but that's about it. And what else? Over here at the Hollywood Guarantee Building, about a half a mile towards where my camera's pointing, across from that Applied Scholastics. Okay. Hey, Carrie Ann. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for that research. Now I got more stuff I got to monitor and keep an eye on. Right, it's like 3 people coming out of a huge hotel for a few hours. It's exactly like that. But when you're used to seeing 0 people coming out of the hotel for hours, and then you see 3, it's like, wow, this place is really happening compared to what I'm used to seeing. And over at Big Blue on L. Ron Hubbard Way, there's a lot of action that has nothing to do with Scientology. It's just the medical personnel that they allow to use their parking lot. And a lot of those people smile and wave when they're leaving. And sometimes I think, oh, that might be a Scientologist messing with me. But then you see their medical garb and you realize, no. Those are people. I know there's so many channels, totally. But, that's a good thing. And, we do have to monitor these situations because, it used to be like a month ago or whatever for the food drives. Okay. A month ago, yeah, they would park. Oh, at Big Blue, the food drives, totally. Yeah. A month ago, it would be like if nobody was out here, they would send all the body routers out. And it would be like, oh, damn, we left them unattended. And now they're out scamming the public. We got to put a stop to this, And then, but now we can leave them unattended for days and they don't even dare come out here. Just for fear that they will be seen, they will be exposed, and they will be embarrassed. And they will be embarrassed, because how embarrassing is that? To have to hide your face so that your friends and family back home don't see that you become part of an infamous, dangerous, international human trafficking cult. Kind of hard to recover from that one at the high school reunion. Not that Scientology is going to let you go to any reunions unless you pledge to bring back some fresh raw meat back to Scientology. That's the only way they're letting you do that. If they could turn your high school reunion into a recruiting opportunity, maybe. But there's no way you could convince them that's going to work. So, because how much would you get laughed out of the room if you were trying to recruit people at your high school reunion into Scientology? Oh my God. You'd get hazed worse than you ever did back in high school for being a goober. Scientology taking a dump on Hollywood. So the Y ends up in a sphincter with a little dumpage pyramid at the bottom. Yeah, it's so obvious to all of us. And like when I went to San Jose last Saturday, and that woman looked so shocked that I was there. The man behind the thing, Mr. Death Warmed Over, he didn't even have the energy to be shocked. He was just confused. Yep, that's their little Pooh Bell, their little ology. That's brilliant, getting those package names. I hope there's no law against that on some level, but probably not. You're on a public street, you're filming things that are visible. Yeah, Chris Without a Hellcat is a very, very persistent, creative guy. I saw this thing from, was it last night or the night before, where he was giving out free cookies right here. And like nobody would take the cookies because they thought it was a Scientology thing. Yeah, if it's on the street. Another liquor permit at La Poubelle. So, I don't think those things are very easily rescinded once they have it. I don't think it'd be very easy to get it taken away from them. You would probably have to prove that they're blatantly selling to minors. Okay. No, they probably just have to renew it every now and then. I mean, if they did lose it, please, somebody tell me. I want to celebrate that if that's the deal, but I doubt it. I was just there the other night, and there were definitely people drinking in there for sure. No, I wouldn't take free open cookies on the street either. But it was funny because they would say, "Oh yeah, they'd be over. How are you going to have a French restaurant with no liquor license?" No, I don't think so. I mean, you could have like halal or something with no liquor, for sure. But French food without the ability to serve wine, good luck with that. That would not work at all. Okay, March 12th, there's something to put on the calendar. Yeah, French restaurant without wine. That would be like a German bar without beer. I don't think so. Yeah, we're having an Oktoberfest with no beer. We're serving wine at Oktoberfest, but no beer. Yeah. Plenty of wine from the owner. You got that right. Sopa. Sopa Prince Will. Near beer at Oktoberfest. Yeah. That would be World War III. That would definitely not work for the German people. But if they did, I mean, I just can't imagine like an ongoing restaurant not serving to minors or doing something like that. And I mean, you'd probably have to get busted serving to minors multiple times and disregard warnings, and it would probably be a whole process to actually permanently lose the liquor license. I cannot imagine that would be a real risk for them. So let's check out the neighborhood a little bit. Review the curtain tech situation. Yeah. Same. Everybody's afraid to show their face in Scientology because the shame, the peer pressure, having people 100% locked up. Yeah. I mean, I don't think, this whole time I've been out here, I don't think I've seen one person enter or exit the building. I'm sure they're in there. They're probably watching the Davey Mismanaged show as we speak. Lucky them. So, another waste of valuable real estate by the cult of Scientology. Another crying shame. Helicopter protection returns. Good for them. And everything else, fairly normal here. The main weirdness, like always, at the cult of Scientology. Well, I'm going to get going now. Anybody who has not liked or subscribed can make me a happy man by doing one or the other or both. I would highly appreciate it. It's been real. It's been awesome. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to do one of those home live streams and get more into this, these ideas around the totalitarian, thank you, Polkaroo. All the totalitarian similarities. Thank you, Vacant Sam and Kevin Jones. Awesome. It was fun. It was cool. It's been an amazing day. And thank you guys so much. Gracias. See you next time. Bye.